so in touch with yours tonight. Won't let my head take flight. We could leave this place, freedom ours to chase.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to FTW Future Focus. Welcome this week. I am your not so humble correspondent, Robert Black, and with me underneath is the man from Chicago, Illinois, the silent but deadly marvelous Marcus Buckley, who loves women's wrestling about as much as I love razor blades. How you doing, Marcus? Something going on here. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we may have had a little sound snafu here, but in case you didn't hear us, welcome to FTW Future Focus. I am your not so humble correspondent, Robert Black, and underneath me at this time is the silent but deadly man from Chicago, Illinois, the man who loves women's professional wrestling about as much as I love razor blades, marvelous Marcus Buckley. And it looks like he took off on us. Wow, this is weird. But continuing on. Also, to my caddy corner, he is the master of wine, women, song, and cigars. Originally from Chicago, Illinois, by way of Indianapolis, Indiana, and he is the president of Motown Wrestling Group on Facebook. He is the indomitable Tony Motown Allen. How's it going, sir?
It's going really good. Happy to be back. I was at Monday Night Raw a couple weeks ago. Get me the people's shirt. The people's champion. The one and only. The Rock. And we got Heel Rock back too.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Yeah, it was out in St. Louis, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you had fun in St. Louis.
This is probably my second or third Raw in St. Louis, and me and Cooper also went to Elimination Chamber there one time.
Cool.
We always
Cool.
have a good time in St. Louis.
Yeah, an elimination chamber is coming up. So, and last but certainly not least, he is the founder of our feast, the president of FTW Network, a former professional wrestler, a damn good promoter, and soon to be the manager of several hotel chains around Indianapolis, Indiana. He is the mastermind, Bobby Rogers. How's it going, sir?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the FTW Future Focus. Glad everybody's here. Glad Marcus is back. Glad
Yes.
Tony has made it back from St. Louis. Glad you made it back from the Deer debacle. Glad I made it back from the NBA All-Star and people coming in. These next couple of weeks are going to be entertaining. Let me go ahead and just let everybody know. Yeah, it's true. I am probably getting promoted at my regular job, so you won't be seeing me on camera as much. These three guys are going to take over, do a wonderful job as they always have, especially Marcus with his evaluation of women's wrestling. I love him for that. But Bobby got to go and do some big things so he can help the channel grow. I'm going to ask everybody to do the same. Tell everybody about the channel, get people to watch, because now we're about to make moves into a major sector that's going to be important that everybody contributes and everybody gets their friends watching and everybody gets their things going, because these next steps in this next year is going to be very interesting. Our next show is 100 shows. 100 shows. I know, and it's a thing of to where people, when we first started it and I first had this idea, said that we would never get past 50. I never said anything because I was like, but they said we'd never get past 50. And I laughed at them. I said, okay, you don't know who you messing with, and we're at 100. So, guys, thank you. Thank all of you. Nicole, of course, she was part of the show. Thank you, my chocolate queen. Chris was a part of it. Thank you, Chris. But it's time to move on. Time to move to bigger, better things. So, guys, I am asking you, please tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your enemies, tell the people you want to smack in the face to watch the show. Because right now, I'm telling you, this ride, the Rock said, get on this ride that the Rock is about to take you on. Y'all, get on this ride that FTW is about to take you on.
Yeah, sometimes this show smacks you in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have to agree with it, especially when it comes to Tony Khan, because my life was in jeopardy when that happened, and I didn't know what to think. I was just, I almost peed on myself because it was just so I didn't know what to think. I mean,
hey, sometimes my life is in jeopardy during this show. I have apoplexy attacks during.
I know, but you don't understand the violence of the two ants fighting each other over that crumb just traumatized me. I've never been to where I was doing a wrestling show and two ants come out and fight each other like that. That just scared the crap out of me.
Well, enough about the Mulkey brothers, and we'll continue the show. In case you don't know who the Mulkey brothers are, you would understand that reference if you saw our old school episodes.
Okay,
and you'd know what it looks like to see two ants fighting in the ring.
Boy, I mean, I want to know something. I mean, seriously, we're gonna go on to our first segment, but I got a question. What if it was two women fighting in front of Tony Khan like that? What would he have done?
Same thing he does every week with his women's wrestling.
Oh, that's why he disappears in the back. Okay.
Yeah, same every week.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. We get one in before the first segment. It's almost tradition.
All
And
right.
when I got the first one, damn. Wow.
Well, you kind of both got the first one, but that don't matter.
I know who didn't get it.
Well, you're behaving right now. God help us if you get started, Tony.
Tony Khan never gets it, but we're gonna leave that alone. All right, let me stop messing with picking on Tony. Our first segment, surprisingly, is TNA. Anthem, the parent company of TNA, of course, the corporate conglomerate that owns TNA, fired Scott D'Amore, the guy that, like the last several years, has been pushing, pulling, digging, and everything to bring TNA back to the point of where it is right now. The last show that they did, pay-per-view Hard to Kill, was one of the best shows that they have done. Period. Hands down. It was awesome. Now, they tried to tell the talent that Scott D'Amore stepped down. It was already out that Scott D'Amore got fired by Anthem. And the reason by Anthem firing him is because Scott D'Amore wanted to go after bigger talent. He wanted the Ospreys. He wanted, some of these big names that was out there, Mercedes Moné, stuff like that. They got mad because they didn't want to spend the money, so they fired him. Now, TNA talent has been reported to go ahead, and I just found this out this morning. They wrote a letter to Anthem and said, we appreciate everything you're doing corporately or blah, blah, blah. But we know who we feel that is the one that's leading us in that direction. Now, don't get me wrong. They hired Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer was an excellent dude. I've known him personally, did some shows with him. But D'Amore did a lot of that heavy lift. I mean, all of the weightlifting for that show. With them firing Scott D'Amore, lying to the talent, getting them out of there, do you think Anthem shot themselves in the foot on moving forward, and we might see a big exodus out of TNA if they don't get Scott D'Amore back? Tony, go first.
I don't really follow it that much, though, but I was surprised to hear that he's leaving. It's hard to say that. I mean, it seemed like he had visions that they're not really trying to do. So will they suffer from it? I can't really say they will suffer from it, only because they haven't been doing the stuff that he wants to do. So for them, it's just kind of like, it's just going to be the same old over there. I mean, it's not gonna be a benefit to them, though. But they're not trying to grow. In a way, yeah, they shot themselves in the foot because they're gonna stay the same old TNA. Whether it's TNA or Impact, it's just gonna be the same old shit over there. Could talent leave over that? They could, but I really think if AEW or WWE, whether Scott's there or not, if they want talent from there, they're gonna take it. I mean, those two shows are just on a higher platform. And I think the talent, like Jordan Gray said, John Gressel should really be looking to leave right now because the company's not looking to grow. So I don't know. I just don't like their mindset. Like, they're not really thinking about growing. If they don't want to sign bigger talent, they're not trying to grow as a company. And then it's like, why are you doing all this shit for? Like, they have some really good momentum, but the company itself, the philosophy and everything, kind of crazy.
Marcus.
I say yes, because in my opinion, got D'Amore's turn. The TNA's Impact roster sucks for the most part, and every time he's gotten a couple of people with talent, the show got a little bit better. I really hope that Tony Khan hires him. And with that roster, look, I would love to see what he can do with talent. In terms of the roster leaving, I mean, hell, they left. They left with him. Perazzo left. Trinity left. Jordan Grace is going to leave. So that doesn't. I mean, so with him there or not, I mean, like Tony already said, 100% agree. If AEW, when AEW or WWE, if they want something, one of their people, so their contract is up, they're going to get them because they you got not only, never mind the money, just the exposure. I mean, nobody watches TNA. It's on Access, so they're never going to have a huge audience anyway. So maybe that's why Anthem is like, we're not trying to dump all this money into talent because until they're on a better network, they're not going to be seen anyway. So I mean, let's be honest. Um, oh God, what Nick Dusmuth and fucking Mustafa Ali aren't going to bring the ratings in, and those are their two big their two big hires anyway. So they're not gonna up the ratings a whole lot to where it makes a difference. So I would have liked to see Demore stay, and let's see the brand grow, hopefully. But so to answer the question, I say yes, they did shoot themselves in the foot.
Rob.
I agree with Tony and and Marcus that they did shoot themselves in the foot by firing Demore. I seriously doubt that he stepped down on his own. Anthem and Endeavor are in the same kind of partnership that Endeavor is in with TKO now. Is that correct? Something along those lines? No. What am I missing then?
Endeavor is basically UFC, and WE is just basically WWE, but together they form TKO.
Okay. But Endeavor owns TNA now. Is that right?
From my understanding, I thought they did, but it looks like Anthem does.
Okay. Well, let's.
Let me go ahead. While you take your show, I'm going to look it up and see.
Okay. Well, irregardless of who owns what, letting go of Demore was a really bad idea, but I think that they're doing it because they want to cooperate more directly with WWE and they want to talent share the same direction. So I guess because Demore wanted to build TNA up instead of becoming a farm system, I think that might be the real reason why they let him go. As far as talent exodus, I don't think that's going to happen because if you've got crossover stars like Trinity / Naomi going from place to place, they've got a good setup for themselves no matter which direction they go. It's just a question of whether TNA wants to be a new farm system for WWE through NXT and they want to do cross promotion that way, or is Anthem going to try to build TNA into something new and exciting? And Marcus does have a point about them being on the wrong network to do that. The question is, are they going to stay on that network without Demore, or are they going to like piggyback off of WWE programming and basically become more or less another brand of WWE? I don't know how that's going to work, but I do know that if Tony Khan did hire Scott D'Amore, that would be a very interesting setup. I would love to see what Scott D'Amore would do with the AEW roster. That depends on whether Tony Khan is smart enough to hire him, and I seriously doubt that see, Marcus says, no, I don't think the panel is going to agree with me and that he would be smart enough to do that. So there you go.
I
All
got a
right,
question
Marcus.
though for you guys. I got a quick question though, because it's for you guys on top, because you're in the industry. Does it make sense for them to be another farm system from WWE, considering that's what NXT is? Because I mean, I just don't. Me as a fan, and Marcus is probably like me, that doesn't make sense to have two farm systems.
Well, the reason I say that is because NXT is not really a farm system anymore. It's become kind of a separate brand of WWE. Maybe a lower tier, but it's like supposed to be along the same lines as Raw and SmackDown. It's more or less its own third brand. So if they started a tier system for talent, that they started off in TNA, then got promoted to NXT, and then brought up the line to SmackDown or Raw, then that would be the new hierarchy, is what I'm saying.
I don't like
Well, I
that.
do have answers here. Okay. This was confusing, and the way people described it is nothing like what actually is going on. All right. TNA is owned by Anthem, but they did partner with Endeavor for streaming. So the streaming side, Endeavor and TNA are partners with. But when it comes to the actual wrestling and live shows, Anthem is the only one that's in charge.
Okay. So Endeavor is has a streaming agreement with Anthem has a streaming agreement with Endeavor that involves TNA.
Right.
Okay.
So my take on this whole thing, damn right they shot themselves in the foot. It was like Roots. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. That's what it was. They shot themselves in the foot. My thing is that makes me upset about the whole thing is that you guys are saying that you don't think it's going to be a mass exodus of people leaving. I think it will. And also, in addition, I think Tony Khan would hire Scott D'Amore. Now, this is the reason why I say Tony Khan will finally have a head on his shoulders and hire him. TNA is almost towards the type of wrestler that Tony Khan likes. He doesn't. I'm starting to see Tony Khan don't like when people can get on the mic and talk. He likes the action in the ring. All right. Scott D'Amore fits that bill perfectly. Only he had more of a balance than Tony Khan would have. So I think that will bring them two together to talk, and Scott D'Amore will get hired. Which, like I said about the Triple H thing, when you work under somebody and they are good to you in the wrestling business, you tend to drift towards wherever they're at. This is the type of thing that I said that could have AEW survive this. Is that if somebody fucked up and let good talent go, that could make an impact, and a lot of those TNA guys could make an impact on a bigger stage. All right, because one of the problems with TNA and Anthem is Anthem owns Axis. Anthem owns those TV stations, so they're not in a hurry to try to get them on another TV station either. That was one of the problems D'Amore wanted, and they didn't want to do that. Which is like you're shooting yourself in the foot from the get-go because you won't let them grow. So I think what they saying that they're going to be stuck in the same place. A lot of talent, a lot of good talent, which it was already said Jordan Grace was going to leave. Look at her, how she was showcased at the Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Naomi was the only there temporary. That was a known thing. That was just, soon as McMahon left, everybody know name and what's his name? Laryngitis or whatever his name was. Oh,
Laurinaitis.
sorry, my bad.
Oh, he's probably got laryngitis now.
Yeah, probably. But as soon as damn, I keep saying laryngitis. Laurinaitis left. Naomi was coming back, and if honestly, if Sasha would have had her head on her shoulders, she would have came back instead of asking for too much money and being greedy. She would be back there too right now. So you got these entities that says Scott D'Amore treated me well. I'm gonna go where he's at. Tony Khan looks at it as, hey, he does the wrestling closer to what I like. I'm gonna hire him. This a mass exodus over to AEW.
But I don't see. Now here's why I don't see a mass exit. They have too much talent now that they're not utilizing.
But that's where Scott D'Amore comes in.
They would have to make some cuts for it to make sense.
No, I agree. I'm not saying that's not going to happen. I'm saying Scott D'Amore's the guy that's going to do it. He hired Scott D'Amore. You know Scott D'Amore ain't going to play. Scott D'Amore going to be like, okay, I got this guy. I got these many people from TNA is going to come over in this amount of time. How can I shift everything to where we keep the rosters balanced, but I get rid of some of this dead weight? D'Amore's the man to do it. Well, I'm telling you, and this might be a change that we've all been looking for AEW to come back and be strong.
That's
true. Here's my other question too, and this is a question because I don't watch TNA. Can you talk about a mass exit on talent? Do they have enough talent for it to be worth it? I've only heard of a handful of names that are good that I would think would leave whether Scott's there or not, like Jordan Grace. But
let me ask you this, Rob. You got to think about this though. If it was just TNA going over to AEW and AEW had nothing, I'd see your point. But AEW got some talent too. If you take some of the TNA talent, put it over to AEW, get rid of the dead weight, Young Bucks included.
Well, Tony Khan's not gonna sign off on that.
Yeah, I know, but you got to take a little bit of the bad with the good. So they might stay on, but they ain't gonna get what they like they have been with the more.
I guess essentially what I'm asking is the talent in TNA better than the dead weight at AEW? Because I don't know of a lot of good talent over there.
By far, especially the women's division. Yeah. Especially the women's division.
Women's division without a doubt.
But yeah, their men's division talent is way better than the AEW dead weight.
Well, see, we would have to dedicate a whole other segment to this as to who would stay and who would go. But WWE would have a lot to say in this too, because they would pick up a lot of TNA contracts if there was a mass exodus. I mean, Endeavor may not own them, but they do have an agreement.
But hold on. Check this out, though. I get what you're saying, but always remember this factor. And I said this before, and it was proven true. Those people that are used to working under someone in the wrestling business will always work for them. We talked about that with a certain federation that's around in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they were getting trashed. They were getting talked. They were getting dragged through the dirt. But people would not leave that place because they were used to working for them. Those that were not affected did not leave because they were working. They worked for them for so long. Yeah. So that relationship between executive and booker and wrestler is very, very, very. It's almost like mother and daughter type thing.
Well, right now, both WWE and AEW have very bloated rosters, both of them.
Right. Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter who they take on, it's how they use them, and Scott D'Amore could be a determining factor in how they're used as well as who. Now,
that's my other point.
Marcus watches TNA more than any of us. So, sir, do you think that there's going to be a mass exodus, and who do you think that AEW will benefit from it?
Well, I mean, as I said earlier, it's always going to be a max exit from TNA if the chance comes up, because AEW and WWE can pay more for one.
Mhm.
They have better coverage. So it doesn't matter who's booking. The more, I mean, it can bring back Bischoff, you could bring back whoever, you could bring back fucking Bill Watts. Never going to. Soon as if somebody ever gets over in TNA, and they're going to leave. I mean, that's just, it's always has been that way. Want to be that way now. I mean, it's like off this subject, but it's like, okay, AEW had 6 hours worth of TV a week if you include Ring of Honor. Why not have the more book Ring of Honor or Collision or something like that? I mean, you need guys for all that damn TV, and instead of having fucking Orange Cassidy on, but 3 fucking segments out the week, Jesus Christ. They've all the time to book better guys, but I don't want to get off the subject. But that was just a thought I was listening to you guys.
Marcus, can I say this? This is the only reason I disagree. Oh, you gonna cut the camera off on me? I see the idea. No, but this is the only reason I disagree with you on that one. I don't think D'Amore should be doing one program. See, he just hangs up. See what I'm saying? Start my stuff. He always cuts it off. No, I don't think D'Amore should be in a position of, if he gets hired, to do one program of AEW. He needs to be in charge of all of it. Mm-hmm. And the reason being is because, think about this. They tried that with Punk already, and they were getting undercut. Now, don't get me wrong, there was some personal issues there anyway. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But think about it. D'Amore didn't like the Bucks either.
No.
So here we go again. We got a rival person on one end that's in charge of a show versus a rival person on the other end in charge of the show. And you got the same demographic that you had with the Young Bucks, only D'Amore ain't gonna punch nobody in the face like CM Punk will. You know what I'm saying? So
AEW needs a executive director in charge of creative who are over the heads of the Young Bucks and can override them.
And they need the person to be over all 3 shows.
But do anybody on here honestly believe that Tony Khan would do that?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Put somebody in front of the Bucks.
Yeah, Tony Khan.
Put another person, like put Scott D'Amore in a higher position than the Bucks.
That's what I'm saying.
Tony Khan would do that.
I would hope so.
I'm gonna say hope too.
Yeah, considering the track record that the Bucks have over the last year and a half, I would hope so. I think that
Tony Khan's track record of staying up their ass has not changed.
That's true, but it could if the bottom line
done over the last year and a half is no different. I haven't seen nothing in Tony Khan to make me hopeful on that.
No, hold on. This is the only reason why I would say it might be different. All right. If you look at what D'Amore did, and you look at the style of wrestling that D'Amore has done, it fits more of Tony Khan to where he'd be susceptible to say, okay, let's do this, than a CM Punk that's coming straight WWE type style would. I see him being a little more lenient towards a D'Amore because not only has he not been WWE branded, but this man has came from the depths of the dirt itself and pulled things up. And right now, I mean, I know Rob's going to disagree with me when I say this, but AEW is right now in the depths of the dirt from where they should be. You know what I'm saying? So he's pulled them. It took him 7 years, but you know how business people are. As long as they see progress, they're going to keep going with it. Scott D'Amore has proven from the depths of hell he can bring a place out of nothing and make it something, make it almost a contender. So I think that proven track record would do it for Tony Khan in a business sense, and his dad would get in his ass and be like, "Listen, you got a guy here that's pulled this off and pulled this from nothing to whatever he's available. You need to get
But
your ass up and get
but
him."
did TNA and everything do better though? Because it seems like TNA has been the same for the last 20 years.
No, TNA has gotten better.
Mm.
It's
I mean,
gotten
like I said,
better the last few
and,
years.
and for me, I'm throwing this out there because I really don't watch it, so that's why I'm asking more questions than anything because I'm just not invested in TNA no more, and I haven't been for a while.
AEW has 3 shows. I say it might benefit to have 3 guys in charge of each one of those shows. Give
I think the more needs to be in charge of all of them.
well, follow me through here. D'Amore in charge of Dynamite, Danielson in charge of Rampage, and Flair in charge of Collision. That would be the direction I'd go. That's just me, but maybe it does need to be one guy. Maybe it does need to be D'Amore, but that's what I would do.
Now, go ahead. Sorry, Marcus. I've been yapping off. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I tell people not to call me during the show, but it always knocks me off. But no, only way Rob's idea work is if they do exclusive roster.
I hate you, Marcus. I hate you.
Yeah, that's the only way that works. If you have Orange Cassidy on all 3 shows, that or somebody like that, the young fucks or whoever, no, then no, your idea won't work, Rob.
Well, an unofficial, you may be right. An unofficial brand split.
These guys don't work here. These guys don't work here. It has to be a legit roster split.
Right. I mean, and they stuck to it.
Yeah.
That's the only way your idea works.
Yeah, they've got a big enough roster to do it. As long as they made it unofficial and they didn't, and they let people compete on all 3 shows, but they didn't they tried to bottle it up.
No, it can't happen. It can't be no mixing with that because you got 3 different minds with 3 different creative things that is not going to mesh. Like I said, Danielson's idea is not going to mesh with D'Amore because he has more of a WWE showcase behind him, even though he's more of a technical guy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
D'Amore is more of a wrestle first, but we talk just a little bit type dude. You know what I'm saying? And who else did you say? The third person?
Flair.
Promo heaven.
Yeah. And more old school for sure.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe I'm off base there, but
I will say this though, and I think this would be a creative thing. Let's say that they did separate the shows, had 3 separate champions, blah 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 blah. Okay, I could see it if they got together and only did pay-per-views together.
Yeah,
because of the Forbidden Door concept. So I could see them get together and plan their pay-per-views to where their shows mixed together, and then they will fight each other at the pay-per-views, like my idea was before that I wanted to do. Styles clash, the different clash of styles of wrestling facing each other to see who's the best.
But the only problem I see with that is, for one, we already got about 18, 19 fucking matches a show anyway. so you imagine four matches from Dynamite, 4 matches from Rampage, 4 matches from Collision, and then is the world champion? How they go? I mean, got a whole shitload of titles, but okay, is there a Collision world champion and a Dynamite?
I would just do 1 world champion, 1 AEW champion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I know you like that concept, but I would do it where it's 3 separate champions.
Right. I'm just wondering how far do they go with this? Does a world champion travel through all the shows? I mean, I'm just
Wow. Yeah. There's a lot of speculation there, so
I would have 3 separate champions for a few years, and then I would introduce the overall champion of overall all of them. I would have to go with that 3 so everybody gets gelled and get their show solid first.
Hmm.
Once you do
That
that,
title too, though.
hold on, wait. That way you can see which champions are good champions, number one, in their own style and their own brand. And you would get comfortable. Okay, this guy could work, as a champion. This guy could. Oh, that dude's a piece of shit. Oh, wait a minute. Here's the tag teams. Okay, these guys can work. These guys, Young Bucks is shitty as usual. Okay, put them in the back. I mean, you can see who's going to be your champions, your focal points. The rest of them will be filler. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Rest of them is just filler for the rest of the matches. But then you go ahead and you say, all right, now these guys are my champions. Who can mix well with the other 2 brands? Of course, a person like Danielson can do all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Swerve could do all 3.
FTR.
FTR is, when you talk about tag teams, could do all 3. Honestly, to be honest with you, you know who else that I'm going to say that could do all 3, but they haven't had the opportunity to show it? Top Flight could do all 3. The Aussie Express or whatever they call
The Aussie Open.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Midnight Express. They could do all 3. Once you have those established, and they could go all 3, then you know who are the contenders to go for those championships. Your champion sits there, waits to the pay-per-view. The other 2 shows fight each other to get a chance at the champion at the pay-per-view.
Well, that's almost a separate segment that we just did there, and but we'll table we'll table that for now.
Yeah. Okay, so the next segment. Well, we got you yapping off at the mouth. That's my fault. Sorry.
It's all right. No, that was a great discussion, though.
Yeah, it was. The lawsuit against Endeavor and WWE, I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. Named directly Vince and John Laurinaitis. God dog it.
Janelle Grant is the lady's
Janelle
name.
Grant. Thank you. But did not directly say Brock Lesnar. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we kind of figured out who it is by the description, but did not directly say him. My question to you guys is, did Endeavor move too fast in basically firing and erasing Brock Lesnar's history with the WWE? Who went first last time? Marcus?
I did.
Oh, you did, Tony?
Oh, Tony did, yeah.
Okay, Marcus, go first.
It's hard to say right now because, at face value, I would say yeah, because Brock Lesnar wasn't named, and you look at how big a part of WWE history he's been over the last 10, 15 years. So, but I have a sinking suspicion that Emmanuel and them guys know more shit is coming, and they're getting way ahead of it. It's like, we get you out the picture right now, so when all your shit come out, you've been months. We already handled you, and we already got rid of you already. I really got a feeling that we ain't heard the end of Brock Lesnar's involvement in this whole situation, and he may even eventually be mentioned or called to testify or something. I got a feeling they know more than we in the public know. So that's why, if that's the case, then I would say no, they haven't. They're getting ahead of this already. But if this is it, then yes, they have. Then this just depends on what the exact circumstances are.
Rob.
I agree with Marcus for the most part. I'm sure that Endeavor and their hires up have a much clearer picture of everything involved with this thing, with Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis, Brock Lesnar, and all of the NDAs, because they did have an internal investigation that we have never seen a report on. So
Hold on. In the history of wrestling lately, when have we ever known anything about the internal investigations?
That's a good point. That's a good point. We don't know anything about any internal investigations that they've done. But my point is that as much as I have ragged on Brock Lesnar on this show, and I've done it plenty, I'm only doing it from a professional and in-ring standpoint, not from a personal one. And I think that we need to strenuously examine the way that people are erased from WWE history when they screw up. Because there's plenty of people that have done a whole lot worse than Brock Lesnar who are still recognized by WWE history, and people that have been like erased forever that have done like horrible things that we don't even like to talk about. But the point is, let's let all of the evidence fall out before we pass judgment on this guy, because who knows what he was involved with or how. It may not have even been illegal. We don't know, because we don't know whether Vince did anything illegal yet. All of that's got to come out in a court of law, and we can't completely accept Endeavor's decisions on who is guilty of what until we've got all the information. So, as much as I dislike Brock Lesnar in the ring, I want to make damn sure that before we destroy anyone's reputation, career, or life in general, that we have every single fact that is possible to know. So yeah, it's too soon to erase anybody from WWE archives before we know everything about what happened.
Tony.
I really agree, because I mean, and it's a problem with society today though, because it's like you hear one thing on X or you hear one thing on TikTok. It's like that's the God gospel truth, and we got to react to it before we hear anything though. So not just with Brock Lesnar, just in society itself, we need to pump the brakes on reacting to stuff initially though, till they're proven guilty, till we have all the evidence and everything. It's like they arrested Brock Lesnar from history. Why the hell is Vince McMahon still in part of history? If we want to look at crimes.
Well, we're talking about that too. They're talking about erasing Vince McMahon from the history of his own company, which is a hell of a feat because there's 40 years of history there.
That's a lot. That's a lot more erasing. In my opinion, that's going to be impossible. You can't erase Vince McMahon. You can't.
Possible.
And I'm not really sure Vince should be erased from history. What the man did was disgusting, absolutely. It disgusted me to a certain degree, and it takes a lot to disgust me. But when you get to the point when things start getting shitty, that's when you gotta cross the line. Literally.
Oh my God! I knew he was going there. I knew he was going there.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
That's the shit that I'm talking about. I'm telling you.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Let's mark this down. It took 48 minutes for Tony to be on the board. I think that's a record. I think that's a record.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let me say this. Everybody that's watched the history of our 99 shows know how I feel about Brock Lesnar. Fuck him. Just like the Young Bucks. Fuck him. Fuck Paul Heyman. Fuck his announcement.
Oh.
Yeah, when he announces Brock Lesnar, fuck him.
You was defending him as the GOAT.
Yeah, but fuck him announcing Brock Lesnar.
Are you saying fuck the GOAT? Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. That was mine. Sorry.
I'm sure. I'm sure over the years, Vince probably fucked the goat before.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Oh God.
They did close down a New York Zoo that time he went there. Anyway.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. I think that was a.
Vince loves cock, though. So
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Triple H brought that one out, didn't he?
That had nothing to do with chicken.
No, but it was called stuffing the turkey. Anyway.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Rapid Fire Edition.
My goodness.
Wow.
Okay, but
Go ahead, Bobby.
seriously. Everybody knows my history when it comes to Brock Lesnar. Fuck him. It's almost like the Young Bucks with that meathead motherfucker. Fuck him. But I do got to look at this as a business standpoint. Everybody knows when I get on here, I look at things as a business side for the most part. We do not have definite evidence of Brock Lesnar doing anything. McMahon could have been bragging. McMahon could have said, well, Brock likes what he sees. And, we need to get him signed to our contract. And, come on. And why don't you get him a little piss video so he can make up his mind. Go ahead, pee in a cup. Come on. Yeah, eggs. Yeah. Eggs. I mean, that I can see McMahon doing that just to get her to be like, oh, okay, I'll pee for you. Which makes me think about her mental status. But at the same time, hey, Rob, I'm just being 100 with you. It goes down like that sometimes. But Brock has not been said to do anything. Brock hasn't even been said that he was supposed to meet her and he didn't meet her because of a snowstorm. I think thank God he lives in Canada right now. He got caught in a damn snowstorm. Because if it was intended for him to be there, he would have met that girl, it'd be it would be even worse for him. Do I think Endeavor moved too fast? Hell yeah, I think they moved way too fast. I think they literally opened him up to another lawsuit. And if it was me, I'd be hiring myself a lawyer to go ahead and sue Endeavor for defamation of character. I'd be getting an Endeavor's ass right now.
Hey, Bobby, to piggyback off on what you're saying, nobody's on this panel has been divorced more times than me.
True.
To be a husband accused of this, never mind the erasing him from history is nothing compared to the hell he has caught from his wife.
Oh, dude, I was going there. I was about to go there.
Like, that's worse than the money laws. That's worse than anything. So you damn right I was doing Endeavor.
And this is the other part. This is the other part that gets my that makes me open my eyes a little bit when it comes to Brock Lesnar. We all know how Sable is.
Yeah.
Sable is money hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So if any little inkling that comes out that can be proven that he did something, she gonna jump out and divorce him real quick to get that money before anybody else get it.
Yep, Suplex City just went to Alimony Hotel.
You can't tell me her name's on an NDA with Vince McMahon before them two got together.
Maybe, but we don't know. There is so much mystery wrapped around this little package that God knows what Vince McMahon put where and how long.
But my point in this subject right here is the factors don't show that even though I can't stand a dude, Brock Lesnar was involved in any of this. There'd have been some divorce papers, something done by now from Sable. That'd have been my first inkling that he did something. Sable don't play. She'd have got that money and ran.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see that happening. It has not happened. They didn't name him directly. They even said that he didn't even show up. So as far as anything comes, he's innocent. And business-wise, if he is innocent, you need to have some balls. And this is where Ari Emanuel is pissing me off. You have balls about other shit, but you don't have balls when it comes to the Brock Lesnar shit.
if I
My thing
remember,
is, hold on, Rob. Who would I rather fight, Brock Lesnar or Vince McMahon? I'd rather fight Vince McMahon. But you trying to think you bold enough to blame Brock Lesnar? You don't think he gonna come after your ass? He gonna see your ass in the UFC fight and whoop your ass in the back. I'm telling you. But
Can you mess with a guy's private life?
boy,
That's
but
what.
not only did you open yourself for an ass whooping at a future UFC event, you opened your ass for an ass whooping in the courtroom because you jumped to conclusions when there was no structural fact whatsoever. He has done a damn thing.
okay,
And when you hold on, wait, I gotta put this point out there so people can understand the full legal ramifications of this. When a company, I don't give a fuck if you worth 9 billion, 10 trillion, 16 gazillion. I don't give a fuck what alien you want to put behind the money. Your motherfucking ass can be broke the next day by doing some shit like that. And they need to realize, and they need to fix this quick because I'm telling you, Brock, if you out there listening, just so happen, I don't like your punk ass. But I'm going to tell you straight up, get you a fucking lawyer, Stephen P. News, somebody, and sue the fuck out their ass and get paid, dude. Straight up. Then maybe you can own the UFC.
well, I'm sure that he doesn't need. I'm sure he's got as many lawyers as we have episodes.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Honestly, Brock, I don't see that with Brock.
Well, see, okay, the affidavit. Well, if I remember what the affidavit stated directly, was that whoever the UFC champ, former UFC champ, and potential contract writer was that was supposed to have seen Miss Grant. Apparently, they did show up in a hotel room somewhere, but he was too intoxicated to perform. So there was no actual sexual activity that happened. There was just pornography exchanged. So I mean, if it was Lesnar, if he is indeed the person named, then the only thing that he is guilty of is accepting personal porn sent from this lady at the behest of Vince McMahon, and he said that he enjoyed it. So
And,
that's
and
But
I'm
this
asking
is
for a
what
friend
other
here, but it's not illegal to like get porn, right? Like
no, it is
women, like
not. It is
okay.
not illegal to receive personally.
I was asking for a friend, Rob. I was asking for a friend.
Bobby was laughing too hard. Repeat that.
No, I just wanted to double check for a friend. Receiving porn from another woman, there's no laws against that.
No.
Okay,
No,
cool.
it is not.
My friend is happy to hear that.
Okay.
Oh,
And thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus, the legality of porn edition.
he's making me curious, so I want to say thank you for joining us on Tony's Throne.
right. Or like I said, unless there's more, maybe Brock wants to be quiet. Maybe Brock like, hey, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut before more shit come out.
And how many times
Right.
has this happened?
Right. So
because there's more than one NDA, and more than one girl. If it was, yeah.
So
Okay,
Brock
but
might try to sue shit because Brock may be into more shit we don't know about yet.
Okay, but my thing is this though. All right, let's say this girl is the one that he just skipped over, got lucky, right?
Okay.
How do we know these other chicks didn't want to bang Lesnar either?
We
They
don't.
didn't complain.
No.
Nobody complained about Lesnar. So, in a legal standpoint, I'm gonna have to say fuck everybody else and sue the fuck out of Endeavor. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go after Endeavor like fucking Sabre will go after his wallet if he was cheating. You know, I mean, I'm sorry. This is too early in the stage, and you know the comments about our society right now is 100% correct. We're too quick to pull the plug on somebody instead of seeing if the person is innocent or guilty. How many people, honestly, can we sit up here and look at and we have seen get out of jail because of false evidence or wrong testimony or things of that nature. How many people have we seen throughout our years? When are we going to learn we need to shut the fuck up until everything comes out? And then half the time, we need to shut the fuck up then because 20 years later, something could come out. I mean, it makes me fucking mad because I understand. And please, ladies, don't get mad at me when I say this. I understand the plight. Believe me, I'm a black dude. We go through this all the time when we say shit happens and people don't listen. We go through shit where the police harass us and people don't listen. We go through shit where our ex-wives have done bullshit and they don't want to fucking listen because you're a black dude, you this, you that. You know what I'm saying? We go through trials and tribulations just like women do on certain shit. But at the same motherfucking time, we need to take the effort and do the work. And that is the scaring people when it comes to a lot of people. Everybody want to talk about, well, you're on welfare, you don't want to work, you don't want a job. Well, what about in life? Why don't people do the work to find out the truth? Do the work to find out what's right. Do the work to find out who's being correct amongst another person and who's not, instead of just jumping off at the ability. Because in my eyes, all of us is fucking lazy because we keep jumping off at the fucking mouth about shit. Do the fucking work. See who's telling the truth or not. And then once that comes out that motherfucker absolutely did it, then by all means, act like it's a Black Hawk hockey game and there's only one St. Louis Blues player on the fucking ice. Whoop that motherfucker's ass. But we need to stop this shit straight up. Because it's going to ruin not only the wrestling world, it's going to ruin us, period, as a whole. This is what just a little something there. It gets frustrating when you see shit like this, man.
Well, that kind of bleeds into our next segment.
But do we want to skip a segment? Because we were like way over.
Yeah, we're going to skip the Nia Jax segment.
Oh, well, all right then.
We're way over.
Because it's yeah, I know.
Well, it's a hot topic of discussion.
It was great. Not without a doubt. That was some good shit right there.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, you know what? We're gonna stay with the Stephanie topic for next time. It's Elimination Chamber. We gotta do something with Elimination Chamber instead of talking about our predictions of the matches. We gotta talk about some good stuff going on. And guess what's so good? Shocked the hell out of me. But Nia Jax is from Australia.
Yeah.
I would have never known Nia Jax was from Australia.
Now, wait a minute. Was she born there or is she a citizen?
No, she was born in Australia.
Ah, okay.
She wrestled out there for a while, too. Come to find out.
All right.
I wish I'd have been down under. Anyway.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Wow.
Yeah, you literally might suffocate on all that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
But Nia Jax
way to die edition.
War. Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley is going for the women's world title at Elimination Chamber next week, next Saturday, 2 a.m. in the morning.
Hey, 5 a.m. for us here on the Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna be up watching that, but anyway, the thing is this, and this is what I want your opinion on. Do you think Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax will be the main event of the Elimination Chamber? And if so, do you think they can step up? Or even if they don't, do you think these two women can step up and be the match of the night? I'm not asking you, Marcus. Rob.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
We all know.
Let me bring the sunshine in. Okay, Mr. No Fun's gonna bring the sunshine in for once. Okay,
Uh-oh.
come on. Okay, it does have the potential to be the match of the night, depending on whether Rhea and Nia can bring the best out of each other in a power versus power match. If they can manage to do that and they're allowed to do that, then it definitely has the potential to be at least the best singles match of the night, if not the best match of the night, period. We've seen Rhea do it, and I think that she could bring Nia along with her because their styles could very well mesh together like a fist. So I agree with that. But as far as being like the main event of the night, that's going to be a tough row to hoe because you've got
Oh.
a tough one. Yes, a very tough hoe. Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. No, I think that the men's chamber is going to be the main event because it has the most stakes going in to the future of what's going to happen because it's going to determine a lot for Mania, and there's a lot of guys in that match that could potentially move forward. So I think that the men's chamber is definitely going to be the main event, but as far as match of the night, Nia and Rhea have a chance to steal the show.
Hmm. Okay, Marcus.
You know, when you posted the lineup and I saw this question, I'm like, man, Bobby must be out of his fucking mind. To post this question. I want to say it right now. What's the date? February 18th, 17th, whatever it is.
Yeah.
17.
Nia Jax will
18. I'm sorry, 18.
Nia Jax will never ever be involved in a match of the night on any pay-per-view, any Raw, any SmackDown, any Shotgun Saturday Night, any
Hey.
any Rampage at all. Nia Jax cannot wrestle. She is Rhea Ripley is going to have to completely carry this match. Okay, you cannot have a match of the night with one person carrying another, which is what is going to happen. With Nia Jax big ass, this match is only going to be about 11 minutes anyway. So I mean, absolutely not. Just absolutely will not be the match of the night. Guarantee. Open for bets. Okay, this will not happen. It
I'm not
will.
betting you on this one.
It will not be the main event because the fucking show is called the Elimination Chamber. So therefore, it will not be the main event. If Bad Bunny can't be the main event in Puerto Rico, how the fuck is Nia Jax going to be the main event in Australia? No, absolutely not. None of this will happen. Guaranteed. The Elimination Chamber for men, like Rob said, determines the main event. Well, probably from night one of WrestleMania. So no, hell no. Absolutely, positively not. Guarantee neither will happen.
Wow. Tony.
At first, I was worried for Marcus, but now I'm pretty happy that I follow Marcus because, well, first of all, we know that Nia Jax is from Australia because of Motown's wrestling group. WWE is not even acknowledging that fact. The fact that WWE is not acknowledging on camera that she's from Australia, this is not going to be the main event. If they would build this as Ozzy versus Ozzy, you had a possible shot of it main event over a possible shot. But without that factor even being on television, there's no way it's going to be a main event. At, the men's elimination chamber is a main event and elimination chamber. I don't 100% agree with Marcus, but a big part of me do agree with him. Here's the reason why this has the potential to be the match of the night. There's only 4, and 2 are chambers. Chambers go wrong way, the match gets sucked. The other match is a tag team match. So could it be a match of the night? It is possible. But I do agree with Marcus, though. For this to be match of the night, Rhea Ripley would have to put in some work. I never really seen a power matchup be like the match of the night. Usually when you have like that best match of the day, it's like there's like 2 technical guys. Or one really strong technical guy, but the other person have enough technical stuff to like counteract that person. Can this be a good match? Absolutely. Could it be a good power match? Absolutely. Do I think Nia Jax has the ability to make this match phenomenal? And I apologize to a couple of my friends out there who love Nia Jax, but the answer is no. I don't picture Nia Jax being that woman that can make a main event and a match of the night. As much as I hate them bitches, Becky and Bayley, Nia's not even above them for being that capable of pulling that off in ring. That pained me to say, Rob. It really did. But from the Aussie, I'm intrigued with the match. This is one of the matches I'm really looking forward to, without a doubt. I don't see it being the best match. I don't see it being that top quality match. It could be Hogan. It could be Hogan. Hogan Rock. Because that match sucked, in my opinion. They could have the moment.
Well, that's only because. Never mind. You have personal things against Hogan, so.
My thing with that match is I didn't think that was a good match. I thought they worked the crowd well. They had the moments. They had them spots. They did the stuff they needed to do to make it memorable, but they didn't make it memorable wrestling.
If Hogan had been like 5 years younger, the match quality would have been a little bit better. But since
I agree.
Yeah. But I'm gonna table that for now. We'll cover that in an old school episode. But I think Bobby's got a lot to say here.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this opportunity to speak about the Aussie versus Aussie.
Oi.
Boy. Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley. Every man's dream to watch.
Man.
Except Marcus. We gotta do that.
It ain't my dream matchup though, but I want to see what's going down under it between both them sets of legs.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. I knew
let me say this. I get the points of yes, Elimination Chamber. They shouldn't be the main event. I honestly think they should. Everybody's down in Nia Jax, saying, she's this, and this. That girl's improved when she left and came back. She has improved a lot. And plus, this is something that people don't understand. And I've said this plenty of times. And Marcus has looked at me like I was a Chinese prostitute when I said this. But it's something that people don't realize until you actually step in that ring and you wrestle against someone that is way bigger than you and you're way smaller. Now, that's barely happened to me, but it happened to me twice. All right. There is an adjustment that you have to do when you're fighting somebody that bigger versus in that person being that big and facing you. There are things that a person that is wrestling that bigger person has to do to adjust. And they're supposed to learn that in wrestling school. That's why one of your courses when you go through wrestling school is you find a bigger. It was funny for them to find somebody bigger than me. That was hilarious. But they did. And I had to learn how to adjust myself towards wrestling that bigger person versus someone that was either my size, well, not my size, but a little bit closer to my size or even way smaller. A lot of those injuries that Nia Jax was accused of and a lot of that stuff was not her fault. It wasn't. And a lot of fans will sit up here and say, "Oh, yes, it was. What are you talking about? She hurt her. She did this." Until you get in that ring and you learn what the hell you're doing, you shouldn't be making comments like that. A lot of that stuff was the other person's fault. That's why Nia Jax still has a job. It's not because she's related to The Rock or whatever. That's because they think safety first. That's $1 million that they could lose if somebody gets hurt and somebody's in there that doesn't take care of the people. So that tells you something right there. That means the other person's not doing what they're supposed to do. Now, with that being said, if you've noticed, you have a lot of girls that's coming up now that has actually wrestled bigger people because they are smaller. And if you notice, the matches have been a lot cleaner when it comes to Nia Jax. Why? Because the opponent is used to working with somebody bigger than them. It's not like the old divas where they just had, "Oh, well, we're a twig. We're going to face each other. Good, fire." Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley, with them both being bigger women, I think is going to show out. I think we're going to see something from Nia Jax. She's going to make one or two mistakes, all right? I'm not saying that she's going to be perfect in this match. But I think this is going to be the best match Nia Jax has ever had. I think if they conditioned her right and trained her right through this, she's probably going to go the longest that she's ever had in a singles match. And I think it's going to be plausible that people say, "Man, Nia Jax could have won that match."
I think one thing that is going in favor of this match is that Nia works in she works snug, and I think that she needs an opponent that can do the same thing and can take it, and Rhea resembles that remark. It's kind of like Rhea and Charlotte. They could really trade paint.
Yeah, they lay into each other. Hell yeah.
Exactly. So that works in this match's favor, I think.
My thing is, the thing that pains me about this is I don't think that it's gonna. I want it to be the main event. I honestly think that it should be the main event. I just think WWE is not going to be smart enough to make it the main event.
No, they're not going to make it the main event. One of the reasons alone is the fact that, like, you had two Aussie women wrestling in a match in Australia, and WWE is not letting anybody know that she's from Australia. The only reason we know is because of the group.
They have. They just it's not as big as what you would think that they were, but they have let them know that it's two Australians going at it. But it's been done in such a way to where if you're not paying attention, you look over it, because it was one of the programs that I was watching said it, and I didn't catch it till the third time I watched the show.
Okay, I'm gonna say because I didn't catch it.
Yeah, I know. So I think it's a disservice.
But
I think Nia Jax is gonna make them pay.
That though, like, they're not going to that should be, they should be pounding that shit.
Yeah, they should. They should, and they fuck it up. They fucking up big time because Nia Jax is going to bear some shit. Plus, The Rock is now an executive board member. Yeah, they fucking up bad.
Even if they had pounded them over here from Australia, it still wouldn't be the main event. First of all, nobody cares, for one. And again, nobody cares. Who gives a fuck that they both from Australia? So,
I do.
So, okay, Bobby, you're one in about 5 million.
No.
Nobody gives a fuck.
That's half the panel.
The selling point of this pay-per-view is it's the Elimination Chamber. Okay, now that match may end up sucking, like a number of elimination matches have in the past, but that's them two being from Australia is never going to outsell the point that this is called the Elimination Chamber.
I will agree with you.
There's no chance that there's nothing you can do to make that match the main event at a show called the Elimination Chamber. There's nothing.
The only thing that could make it a big deal if they stress and push how both women are from Australia. With it being in, I mean, because it's not just Elimination Chamber, it's per Elimination Chamber.
Tony,
personally, I would ride that shit to the ground, pushing the fact that it's in Australia, because them motherfuckers in Australia spend a lot of money to go there. You can't tell me the people in Australia would not want to see two Australians in the main event over the Chamber, considering this is the first pay-per-view in Australia. WWE just not going in that direction.
This show is not called Australian. This show is not called the Australian Open. It's called the fucking Elimination Chamber.
It's called
in Perth.
Right.
Perth is the first thing in the name.
This is Australia. This is a gimmick show, just like Hell in a Cell. This is a gimmick show. How can it not be the main event?
Easily.
In the U.S., I agree with you. And Perth, if they were booking it the right way, they could pull off a Perth, because it's the Perth Elimination Chamber.
Well, guys, I kind of have to have Marcus's back here, because this is not just it's not just Elimination Chamber. This particular men's Elimination Chamber is going to determine which way the first night and maybe the second night of WrestleMania is going to go. So not only is it's not just about being in Australia and about being in Perth, it's about this is the pay-per-view that's going to determine which way that whole thing is going to go. So it's got to be the main event.
Hold on, wait.
This
if you talk about a part of the show that we don't give a fuck about, I don't give a fuck about the men's one, unless I don't. Cody versus Roman Reigns with the Rock pissed off. Cool. No, what Seth Rollins is going? He's already hurt. I mean, it's not like it's a full Seth Rollins, so I really don't give a shit, because whoever's going to end up winning that is going to end up winning the belt, and then he's going to take time off to get himself fixed. It's just to give it.
Drew McIntyre where they're going.
Or Gunther. No, Gunther's going to defend his IC title. See, that's who should be in it, is Gunther. But my thing is, I don't give a shit about that one, because guess what? Everybody knows how that's going to turn out. That should be the first fucking match out the fucking gate. Get that shit over with, because we know what the fuck's going to happen. Whoever wins that is going to be the world champion in WrestleMania. Let's just get it on and just show it.
Well, there's isn't there some kind of thing with night one where Roman and The Rock are going to have a tag team match against Cody?
That's
rumored.
That's rumored, but we don't know the definitive direction of where they're going to go until this chamber match happens.
Check this out. Wait. Hold on, Tony. Give me a second.
Before you go, real quick, I got a question about
We might go say the same thing.
Do you honestly think, with the schedule that Roman Reigns he's working both nights? Come on,
we're not doing that. Actually, yeah, I do. I do think they would do it. I think they would.
The only way he's gonna work both nights if night one is Cody and Roman, and night two is Rock Roman. That's the only way he would do it. He ain't doing it for a tag team match.
No, he's doing a tag team match. I'm sorry. I think he would. Yeah. And the reason why I think he would is because he would use that tag team match as a buffer. That if you beat him, then you get to face me at WrestleMania night 2. If you beat us together, you can fight me at night 2. And they throw all types of shit in the wind to go ahead and try to get him to lose. Cody somehow kind of way makes his way out of there, and the next day the stipulation is if anybody from the bloodline interferes, he automatically loses his title. That way you got a one-on-one match with no excuse for Cody to lose, and Cody beats Roman Reigns at the last second.
Roman's
keeping the title. You know why? Because September 12th, 2024. Mere months away. Roman will eclipse Hulk Hogan.
That ain't gonna happen.
September 12th.
Ain't gonna happen.
All of this is speculation, but see, we won't know anything for absolute sure until after this chamber match, which is why me and Marcus are saying that this is going to be the main event
My
of that
point
show.
is this. My point is this. Look what we just discussed. We just discussed The Rock and Roman Reigns, along with the Bloodline, going against a half broken Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes.
We know that part.
Hold on, wait. Listen to what I'm saying. How the hell is this Elimination Chamber match going to have anything to do with being bigger than that match? Nothing. There is no one there that can make a heavyweight title match bigger than that tag team match. So what's going to happen is Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns are going to fight 2 nights. And guess what? Seth Rollins is going to be the second to the last match up to Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. He's still not going to get the main event.
Bobby,
so who gives a fuck?
Bobby, I'm not. Number one, I'm not saying you should give a fuck. Number two, what I'm saying, I'm not saying that this chamber match is going to make any match better or different than what WrestleMania is going to do. What this chamber match is going to determine is who may get involved in the mix in order to get Seth's belt. And that is going to make it's going to make a difference because that person may get into the mix with Rock, Roman, and Cody.
Who the fuck they would do it? Except
Orton. But anyway, that kind of gets
point. You only got 2 people.
Yeah, but that kind of gets into our next segment, which is our Elimination Chamber predictions.
No, I thought we were going to tap out in a moment.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You tapped out the moment of the week.
Yeah, that's right. You guys take it away because I have to bow out of both of these because I had a whole mess of stuff going on this week and I didn't get to watch anything. So you 3 guys are in, and I'm going to sit these 2 segments out.
You tapped out. Mine is quick. It deals with 3 letters. 1, A is for apple. 2, E is for elephant. And 3 is W for what the fuck was that all this week? AEW keeps slipping on a banana peel so many times. I think this is a circus 24 hours a day. They need to hire Scott D'Amore, like we said earlier today, to save their ass. Because they are fucking up so bad, I think I'm watching the presidential race. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. AEW, the whole fucking show, the whole fucking week worth of shows. I really want to say the whole fucking month, except for 1 match, is tapping the fuck out worse than Brock Lesnar has Sable in his bedroom.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh, good God.
That's 13.
Yes, it is.
Marcus.
My tap out, I'm going to narrow down for what Bobby just talked about, is once again, one of their best in-ring performers, one of their best performers on the mic, does another job. Dax Harwood does another fucking job, and this time to John Plumber Moxley.
Yeah,
Not
I
only
know.
do a job, he gets choked out by John freaking Moxley. Again, this man has won 1 singles match on TV against his partner. Unbelievable. That's all I can say. It's unbelievable. That's my tap out.
This is why Demore needs to be hired. Because of that shit would not go. Fuck John. John Moxley could not tie fucking Dax Harwood's fucking trunk tights. Let alone be in a fucking ring with his ass. And they do some shit like that. Fuck John Moxley. I don't give a fuck if he was champion here in Indianapolis and Independence. Fuck him now. He was cool back then. But right now in 2024, fuck him. Fuck his bleeding all over the place. Fuck his barbed wire. Fuck his damn. Fuck him, period. I don't give a fuck how tough he is. Fuck him. He got a problem, we can meet. I don't give a shit. Fuck him. Yeah, to me, John Moxley's getting like what old boy off of that talent show is with you, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's the way
God.
John Moxley is coming to me. Fuck that motherfucker. Damn, bleeding like a pig, bitch. Fuck him.
Wow.
I can't wrestle out my ass out of a wet paper bag, but I'm this hardcore tough guy that can walk around and think I can beat everybody. And, I bleed because I think bleeding is all about wrestling because nobody will call me John Moxley. They just want me to bleed and use furniture, and I have no technical skill. Fuck that motherfucker. Please take this. Go.
I propose a tag match for charity. You and me versus John Moxley and
Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell. Yes. One day I will explain. I will take maybe one of our old school segment or something, but I will explain my beef with Simon Cowell. It's a very personal thing, but one day I would like to get into the ring with that guy.
Yeah, who didn't go?
I didn't.
Sorry.
All right, my top out of the week was not AEW. And you know why it was not AEW? I'm not boycotting AEW, but I just have not had any motivation to watch it. So I have no idea what's been going on there for the last couple of weeks. My tapped out happened during a promo that a lot of people probably love. And it's kind of crazy that my tapped out moment involves the People's Champ. His promo on Friday. The whole, not the whole promo, Rob. 90% of promo I absolutely love. I love Hill Rock. I love how he worked the crowd. There's so many things I love about that promo. But when he was basically talking, and I'm one of the Cody wrote, and this is me being the broadcast journalist that I am. Because in St. Louis, man, when I went to St. Louis Raw, they were chanting, "We want Cody," for 60 minutes before that shit went on air. We want Cody. Cody sucks. There's about 10 people saying Cody sucks.
Yeah.
I was 1 of the 10. I got the number of the 10. But that crowd was electric for Cody. So as I'm saying this, I'm saying it with being a Cody sucks person and a Rock fan. But the way he ran down Cody for the rematch, this motherfucker just won back-to-back Royal Rumbles. It ain't like he's whining, bitching, and moaning his way into the main event. That motherfucker earned that shot at Roman Reigns. I don't agree with it. I don't think he should have been back-to-back Royal Rumble winners. I don't think we should have a repeat of WrestleMania. I think the bigger main event was Rock and Roman, but you can't diss Cody for challenging Roman after winning Royal Rumble. All the scenarios he threw out there, I love this promo, but that part of the promo, he kind of lost me on. Stick with what's going on. Don't shit on the Royal Rumble because the way he kind of approached Cody challenging Roman's kind of shitting on the Royal Rumble. The man did something. He was the third or fourth person to ever win back-to-back over 30 years and haven't been done in like 20. I don't agree with him doing it. this shit could have went a lot better. They really could have had The Rock jump in the Royal Rumble and win it, coming in number 30.
Which is what I thought they would do, actually.
There's a lot of things they could have done to make this situation better. But they're just spinning it completely wrong after dropping the fucking ball completely. So that's my tapped out moment of the week.
Okay. Marcus, you want to do moment?
Okay. My moment of the week were the women of SmackDown. Oh my goodness. From Tiffany Stratton to Mia Yim to what's her name? Goddamn. The little Latina, Alice's Black's wife.
Selena Vega.
Selena Vega.
Right. To my baby, to my devil's food cake, to my sugar baby.
Her new music and interest and everything.
Oh my God. They were all looking absolutely scrumptious.
Jay Cargill was there.
Well, yeah, I'm not the biggest. Well, anyway, I don't know if they knew because Rock and Roman were going to be there, they were going to have more viewers, so they decided they gonna really show the goods. But man, I was just like, damn. And Naomi, let me say it now, I am in lust with you. I am in complete lust with you, Naomi. Oh my God, was she just looking absolutely just scrumptious? I mean, oh my goodness, words can't describe how good she was looking in that ring on this past Friday. Man. But so that's my moment to Women's SmackDown was my moment of the week.
That was so beautiful. I'm gonna let the counters slide on that one. Tony, you want to take the next one?
All right. Before I go to my moment of the week, my moment is happened 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But the women in NXT wasn't slacking either, Marcus.
Yeah, but none of them could compete. But I think they went up to SmackDown, though. I'm sorry.
But no, they right there though too. They were right there too.
Well, I'll agree to disagree with you on that one.
But my moment of the week happened 2 weeks ago, and y'all gonna have to let it go on this. The fact that happened 2 weeks ago because I was there. Okay. Monday Night Raw was my highlight since the last time I was on the show. Monday Night Raw in St. Louis. First of all, I'm not gonna really go through the show because it's been 2 weeks and a lot of shit that happened there and it don't matter no more. I mean, we had the segment Cody didn't have his decision at that time. Pat McAfee made his return. We had the match of the night at that point, and still one of the best matches I've seen over the last 2 weeks. The Fatal 4-Way, the New Day versus Imperium versus DIY versus the Creed Brothers. That match was fucking phenomenal. I enjoyed that shit live, and I watched it on DVR later just to make sure it was just as good as I thought it was. I love the Gunther 600-day celebration with Jey Uso coming out there interrupting and cutting a promo. In my opinion, in St. Louis, that was the best Jey Uso on the mic that night, and he had and as always, that's two live events in a row. I got to be there for Jey Uso. He hypes the shit up. KC2 took on the Kabuki Warriors again. I got to see that live. There's so much I get to see live, though. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. In my opinion, St. Louis is one of the best cities to watch wrestling in for 2 reasons. Number one, it's always fun. They're a wrestling city. The shows are always good. And number 2, cost. We were sitting the section right as it started elevating. So the 4 seats, we were in a section right in front of that 4 seat in the second row. We got those seats for under $150. You can't sit in nosebleeds in Chicago for $150 for either wrestling company. You know what I pay for parking? $20 fucking to park into the garage at the arena. And thank you, Bobby, and anybody watching. You go into a wrestling event, you need to book a hotel. You need to contact the man above me. $60 a night for the room, and the hotel was 5 minutes from the venue. I knew who was going to win Cody versus Nakamura. So we took off during that match. When we got out the door, the music hit. Match was over. I was at my house. At the hotel 15 minutes after the hour. That's how quick we got out of parking and back to the hotel. St. Louis is an incredible experience when it comes to wrestling. Like I said earlier, this is my second or third Raw there. Seeing a chamber there. Absolutely love going to St. Louis. Highly recommend it for everybody. That's why they my moment of the week.
Bobby, take it away.
They are, well, Marcus already said it. But it's not just the women of SmackDown. It's the women of WWE. Period. All of them stepped up. All of them clowned. All of them had a good showing, and makes me smile to see what they were going through and what they have become. These women have grown to be probably someone that could take over the industry, just to be honest with you. But yep, Marcus did that. Look at him. Hey, Marcus, remember I said there was gonna be a main event of women at WrestleMania? Don't be shocked. It's gonna take a while for it to happen, but don't be shocked. But these women are coming out left and right, hands down, better than some of these guys. And I think this is a very bright future for the women, especially in WWE. TNA comes second with me. But, oh my God, the women of WWE is just hard. That's my moment of the week, watching them go ahead and do the damn thing.
Honestly,
before we move on, though, Ty, the first lady of Motown's wrestling group, did chime in, Marcus, in chat. She said she went where Naomi was wearing on SmackDown.
I'm gonna say the same thing I say to you every time you say that, Ty. Pictures, please. Every time she says that, I ask her that.
Honestly,
so ladies and gentlemen, Ty, if you are listening, Marcus said if you get that outfit, you must send him pictures. They must be high definition.
Every time
they must be 8x10.
And I must say thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Feel that request one of these days.
Good Lord.
Wow.
My first lady of the wrestling group, just so you know, if you're willing to do the pictures, I'm gonna do GoFundMe and the wrestling group. I'm sure we're gonna come up with the money to buy the outfit.
Oh, absolutely. No, you ain't gotta do all that. You can go for Marcus.
Thank you for joining us.
You gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do all that.
Wow.
Give me your Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, whatever.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus, the self-funded edition. Honestly, gentlemen, I think that the WWE Women's Division needs their own show. Oh. It needs to finally happen. The roster is big enough. The talent's big enough. I think they could handle it.
Oh, God,
Rob. I do too.
Rob, why you do that to me?
Because I like to keep you on your toes.
No, honestly, Marcus, I'm sorry though. They got the roster split between two divisions. You got enough women talent to have your own show.
Yeah, but it'll be fucking 212 all over again. It'll suck.
I think you mean 205 live.
Yeah, whatever it was called, it would suck.
I don't think so.
I absolutely know so.
All right. Now, let's move on to Elimination Chamber.
Before we move on, though, we at 16. I got us at 16, Rob. Hope you do too.
Yes, I have 16.
About 3 or 4 of those are Marcus.
Yeah, what the hell?
When you get him talking about Naomi, anything goes.
He feels the glow.
We know we nowhere near a Tony record, but I think we're coming close to a Marcus record.
Good God. Actually, I can't remember what the record is.
We had 26 one day.
I think it was 36.
26.
No, we had a day more than that.
No.
We did?
I think the standing record was like 67.
No, we didn't do that much.
But we
No,
did
it
more
was
than
42. It was 42.
It was in the 40s, I thought.
40. Okay. Well.
It was in the 40s.
As someone on Motown Wrestling Group will know the absolute record in one episode for the thank you for joining us. But we're not aiming for it today, for the love of God.
Oh, no.
Well, hold on. If Nicole, I mean, I'm sorry, but if Naomi was here, I'm sure Marcus would be aiming for it.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
I wouldn't be aiming for that.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Oh my God.
Y'all think of Naomi, I think Marcus Little Pistol is aiming for Krista Marshall, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Okay, let's slow our roll and go on to Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber. Next week. Let's start with the first one. The men's Elimination Chamber. The one who gives a shit about. Drew McIntyre. Randy Orton. Bobby Lashley. L.A. Knight. Yeah. Kevin Owens.
Logan Paul.
Oh, okay, that's right. That just dampened my spirits right there once I had to say his name. But
dampened your spirits. Ugh.
Who do we think is going to take this one? Let me just do my pick real quick. I want it to be LA Knight. Will it be? Probably not, but I'm picking LA Knight because I don't give a shit about the rest of them. Tony.
All right. There's two people I want to win, and then there's my pick because it's WWE. I honestly would love to see the Viper Randy Orton win this. In my opinion, he's the best talent in the company right now. He's been getting shitted on, but the one who should win it is L.A. Knight. Yeah. But my pick is Drew McIntyre. That's my pick.
Marcus.
Well, damn. Tony pretty much took everything I said I was going to say, except the LA Knight part. I would love to see Orton win. I think that would be a better match against whoever the actual be. But the way they're going, I would be shocked if it's not McIntyre. So put me down for McIntyre.
I just think but Marcus, though, I completely agree with you. I just think as hot as LA Knight was before these returns, he earned it and deserved it. It's just I feel he's getting kicked on the back burner though.
Rob.
Oh yeah.
I am actually gonna go with Orton on this one.
There you go, Rob.
I think that the way that, as much as they're building McIntyre, I think they want to turn him into a monster heel through frustration. And I think that as motivated and mean as he is now, I think they want to turn him into this psychopathic monster type character. And the only way to do that is to have him miss the big opportunity one more time. So I think Orton is going to take it. He is going to go on to face Rollins at WrestleMania in some capacity, and then he's going to get involved with all of the bloodline shenanigans. So there's a reason
I-
I think that, because I think that Orton has an in with WWE creative and has for a long time. I think Orton's taking it and he's going to be elevated by it.
Before Bobby goes, that's really good, and that's what I'm hoping I really hope they do that, because you got the storyline with the bloodline, but you can put that shit on the back burner for a minute because he's on Raw and then on SmackDown. Survivor Series is when it comes to a head. After. And Survivor Series is after September 12th, 2024. Put that shit down on your calendars, folks. September 12th.
All right, let's go to the next matchup. Before we go to the next matchup, I'm just going to be real with you. I think I know who's going to win this match. I hate saying it, but I strongly believe Logan Paul's going to win.
Excuse
know.
me. I need a breath mint.
I
Oh
know.
my God.
Dude, listen.
No,
I know.
I love that idea. I think Randy Orton's a better option, but I would much rather for Logan Paul to win than Drew McIntyre.
My thing is, I don't like Logan Paul. I just don't think Logan Paul has been there long enough to get a title match.
Mm-mm.
But he can use the excuse that he's the U.S. champion. He can slither his way some kind of way of winning that title and winning away. And Seth Rollins is already hurt. So what's the quickest way to make him a world champion?
Here's my only fear with that match. Logan Paul, I probably think higher than anybody else on this panel for Logan Paul in-ring abilities.
No.
Versus his experience. How healthy Seth will be is my only concern with that match on how good it would be. A healthy Seth Rollins and Logan Paul, oh my God, sign me up.
I would do a keg stand of Everclear if that happened. I would.
Cool.
No,
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby,
no.
Everclear.
We're not having no more health scares with you. No, we're not doing that.
So, Bobby, you're not putting it on the keg of Everclear?
No. I'm looking out for my boy right here. No.
Oh.
What about jealous shots for my mom with Everclear? Because my mom has done jealous shots with Everclear.
I don't want him getting no more sick than he was. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch out for my boy. No, hell no.
Oh, well, oh my God. If your scenario is correct, I will absolutely puke in my soup. Oh my God.
And I hate saying it that way, but honestly, I think that's the direction they're going.
I'll be honest with you. What's gonna peak in my soup is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes as the main event for night 2, with Cody winning it and in it. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah,
See, this is what's funny. It'd be funny if Logan Paul does win it and tries to face off against Cody. And Cody win.
Yeah, I think that would be a waste of Logan Paul, because you could put him in another match and it's another feature match on night 1 or night 2, because the world title by itself should be a feature match. You don't need Logan Paul. You can have that U.S. title against, like, say, LA Knight, for example, and make that a whole nother feature match.
Not to mention the fact that, like, you figure Damian Priest will cash in Hoover on one of those, the winner of that.
All right, next matchup.
Yeah.
Women's Elimination Chamber. Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair. This makes me remind me of Chris. Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton. Oh God. Naomi, and someone to be announced. They have not announced her yet, which is real interesting. Marcus, you love women's wrestling.
Okay. Well, the hair on my neck is saying Becky Lynch,
Boo.
but the other, but go ahead, get the pen ready, Rob. The other head is saying Naomi. So, so go ahead, Rob.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
So I'm going with the other one, and I'm saying Chocolate Thunder, Sugar Baby is going to win. I'm saying Naomi.
The blind man says that.
He's only looking with one eye. Anyway, Tony.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Is that 20, Rob?
That is 20. Oh, hold on. 21.
All right. Pains me to say this shit. My pick to win the Elimination Chamber and face and lose to Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch.
Wow.
Yep.
Rob.
The way things are going, it just makes the most sense.
Rob.
Okay. I'm going to come at this from left field. I think that the person who's going to win this is going to be the EST, Bianca Belair. Because I think that Bianca has a better chance of giving a more babyface versus heel type of atmosphere and performance during WrestleMania than Becky can.
It'll be a better match.
At this point, I think Bianca has become such an inspiration to people, to everyone really, that she might make a bigger splash at WrestleMania in a match against Rhea. So it makes sense that Becky would get this match. And
the way they've been going.
The way that it's turning out right now, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say Bianca.
Rob, I really hope that you're right and I'm wrong. I really hope that. I would much rather see Becky. I would much rather see Bianca versus Rhea, because, in my opinion, you have your three tops: Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. Mm-hmm. Charlotte's out, so to put your two top women in there makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm. And if you can't have Asuka in the mix, then Bianca makes sense.
Okay, let me say this. I'm really stepping out on this one, but I think there's going to be an upset at that Elimination Chamber. I think whoever this to be announced person is going to fuck it up for Becky Lynch. I hope so. I think they're going to fuck it up for Bianca Belair, which would disappoint me. But the person that will come out on top by squeaking through all of the little cracks and barely making it is somebody that I think that's not going to win the title. She's going to go to WrestleMania, but she's not going to win the title. But they're testing her out for the future. And that's Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany Stratton is going to ease her way through everybody else fighting each other and ends up winning this match to go to WrestleMania. They didn't bring her up at this time for no reason. She feeds off of Becky because Becky beat her for that belt. And she also could give a challenge to Io Sky, which would be more of an aerial attack and entertaining for the fans. I see a match between
Bobby.
I mean, not Io Sky, excuse me.
Rhea.
Okay.
You. God dog it. My bad. But I do see her going against Rhea, making it a more match, because Rhea could be a face or a heel. It don't matter. She's going to get cheered no matter what she do. She could do a Vince. she could do a Vince McMahon in the middle of the ring and everybody cheer.
Oh, thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh, that was shitty, Bobby. That was literally shitty. And thank you for joining us on FTW. I'm gonna ding myself for that. Oh, good God Almighty. Oh,
Oh my God.
oh. Feces takes place on FTW Future Focus.
But honestly, she could, and they cheer. Am I lying?
No, you're telling the truth, but
That's
good
right.
God.
And I'm sorry. What is the biggest test for a person that has all this potential? Put them on the biggest stage against your biggest champion that you have had and see how she works. I'm sorry. Even though I would love to see Bianca Belair, I would love to see Naomi. Those my top two. I don't think they're going that way. They're going to make them to a tag team. Or Jay Cargill's going to get involved in them some kind of way. I honestly see Tiffany Stratton squeaking out a victory some kind of way. She's saying toodles. And she's facing Rhea Ripley, the pretty girly girl versus the tomboy Aussie chick. Rhea's going to win, but it's going to show what Tiffany Stratton's at in that upper echelon of wrestlers. Is she there already, or is she not? I think she might be there, but she just needs a little bit more time. But this is going to tell us where
she's not there. She's close. She's not quite there yet.
Right, but I think this is going to be a test just to show what she can do. Because I think when Tiffany Stratton gets that strap, she's going to hold that strap for a while. And this is to tell them how long she can hold it and can she handle the big stage. So I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton in this one. Even though I want Bianca to win it so bad. But, even Naomi, I want to win it so bad. I think that would be cool as hell. She left the company, came back, was Impact World Champion, lost to Jordan Grace, win the Royal Rumble, faced her Jordan Grace again. You know what I'm saying?
No,
that's a story out this world. She would come back.
In my opinion, Naomi Rhea Ripley's most intriguing story.
It just sucks. It sucks, but it sucks when it don't suck because I picked Tiffany Stratton from the beginning. I think Tiffany Stratton has a lot of talent. I think she's good. I'm not saying that she's garbage at all. Please do not get that confused. I think she is a wonderful, excellent talent that should be displayed and will be world champion one day. I just wish that it wasn't at a time where I think Bianca or Naomi could benefit from it more.
Now, before we move on, quick question, because I haven't watched AEW in weeks. Is Sasha Banks officially AEW, or is that still rumor?
I think that it's about 99% official. From everything that I've read, she's pretty much ready to debut. I just think they're
But she haven't debuted yet, though.
She has not debuted yet.
It's going to be in Boston in like the next week or two. And everything that they're doing to promote Boston has the dollar signs, has all that stuff. So it's obvious that it's her.
Mm-hmm.
It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it's
I was curious because I haven't followed it also.
Who does?
Well, I do, but it's more or less confirmed.
Okay, Rob.
I've been watching it mostly with the fast forward. But I've been watching.
Still Team AEW, guys. Still Team AEW.
Where's the team?
What's the next match?
The next match is Judgment Day versus the newly renamed Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Hey! I'll go first. Judgment Day. Fuck them.
Short and sweet.
I'll go second.
Well, go ahead, Tony.
Judgment Day. Short and sweet.
Okay. Marcus?
Well, let's make it 3 for 3. Judgment Day.
And I'll make it unanimous. Balor and Priest are keeping the belts, no question.
In
However,
other words, Judgment Day. Fuck them.
no, I like Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
I do too.
I
Yeah.
like that team.
I
I
do
like
too.
Dominic better.
Huh?
I like Dominic better.
He's not in the damn match, so I'm not worried about him. He'll interfere, I'm sure.
Exactly.
I would really like to see Pete Dunne break his fingers. That's how much that's what I want to see in this match. Dominic interfere, Pete Dunne grab those digits and just wishbone them.
Well,
The
speaking of breaking
blasphemy,
things,
Rob.
let's go to the next match.
Oh, wait a
Jey
minute.
Uso versus Gunther.
Ah.
They got to break the streak, or is Gunther gonna break Jey Uso? Tony.
This match, my prediction could change daily. I'm picking at this moment today, right now, this moment, Jey Uso.
Marcus.
This is the match that I think my prediction. This is going to be the match of the night,
Yes.
and this match I thought was going to actually take place at Mania, but I am going with Gunther. Gunther, because I don't think he's losing the title before Mania. I don't think so. I'm looking forward to it. This is actually the match I'm looking forward to most. So I'm going with Gunther for the win.
Rob.
I have to agree with Marcus on this one. I think that Gunther / Walter is going to retain the IC title, probably because they want him to lose it at WrestleMania and to have the same kind of splash for night one potentially that that any potential title wins for night two will have. So or they may have it on night two if Roman retains, just so that the crowd has some kind of happy ending. But yeah, I'd say Gunther retains. However, I do think that Jey Uso's going to get screwed in this match through some kind of shenanigans, and he's going to get a rematch at WrestleMania, and he'll win there.
Okay, my thing is I'm torn on this because I see it going two ways. One, just like Rob said, I mean, Jay gets screwed, brother versus brother at WrestleMania.
Yes.
But I also see to where Jay wins and his brother challenges him. But Gunther gets into the Elimination Chamber some kind of a way of wins. It goes after Seth Rollins. Somebody's going to get hurt once I'm starting to think about this. It ain't going to be Orton. It ain't going to be Drew.
KO.
I hate saying it, but I don't think it'll be. Yeah, I think it's either going to be LA Knight, Kevin Owens. It's going to be between them two because I don't think he's going to attack Logan Paul. And somebody's going to get hurt to where he gets in there and he gets in that title and he wins it to go ahead and get a title shot against Seth. I don't think the tag team match is going to happen unless Seth is going to wrestle twice. And it's twice in the same night.
Well, it's like I said, this is why Elimination, this match, even though we don't, even though we know that whoever's going to win it is probably going to beat Seth, it still like determines whether or not we're going to get the tag match or not.
I don't see a tag match happening.
Well, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but still, the this match is important, even though we know where it eventually is going to lead to.
They could still do it with Gunther winning though, and they could just say champion versus champion.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go with Gunther just for that.
Walter.
Walter, George, whatever he wants to call himself that day. And
Fred.
what'll
A
happen is,
pissed off European.
yeah, he's gonna end up challenging Seth 1-on-1. Champion versus champion. And Gunther's gonna be a double champion for a minute. And for the hometown of Australia, all you Aussies, all
Oi,
you
oi, oi.
kangaroos, all you koala bears, all you large giant insects that fly around out there.
We may have fans in Australia. Somebody may be watching FTW Network out there. We're
And
not
they know I'm
sure.
telling the truth.
Hey, if we have some Australian fans, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
And
And that one doesn't count.
And
That one doesn't.
actually, to tell you the truth, we do have some Australian fans.
Excellent. Excellent.
but-
Good eye, mate.
But the hometown civil war is on. Nia Jax. Woo! Is going against the women's world champion, Rhea Ripley. With Dominic.
Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom Guerrero.
Oh.
That's who his real daddy is.
Rob.
Ay, caramba.
Rob.
Who's your daddy?
Rob. Who does he remind you of? When you look at Dirty Dom, who does he remind you of? Ray or Eddie?
Definitely Eddie.
I'm sorry. I think something did happen there.
But that brings up bad pictures in my mind, so I'd rather not think about the boy's heritage.
Well,
I'd
what do you mean?
rather have more
How
fun
was it a
watching him
bad-
get his ass kicked.
How's that a bad picture? Eddie's frog splashing on Ray's wife. What's wrong with that?
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh dear God, that one does count.
Rob, put yourself in Eddie. Put yourself in Eddie's position. Vicky Guerrero.
If I did, I'd be Dom's daddy. Thank
But
you
yeah.
for joining us on FTW Future Focus. I'll hit myself there.
But
That's 2 for me today.
Vicky Guerrero or Ray's wife. I'll put it on Ray's wife like duds.
Oh, thank you for joining us on FTW.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I give up.
Hold on. Why would you have both? I mean, think about it. If
I'll
wait. If Vicky got mad, was sitting on the side too long, she just say excuse me, and you just move on over.
Excuse me.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus, dear. Oh my God. I'm going to have apoplexy here.
Excuse
Cody, go first.
How much?
We forgot Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax.
Oh. Hold on. Easy for me. What the fuck? I'm allergic to Aussies. Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Mommy's always on top.
Until Vicky says excuse me.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh my God. I knew that was coming. I'll go next.
So did they.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh my God. I said we didn't need to go for a record today. I'm going to go next just so we stay in the
We're only
clean
on
world.
29, Rob.
I am going to say that Rhea takes this because they want her in the WrestleMania main event. They want her in the title match at WrestleMania of night 1, I would assume. But I'm sure it's going to be a power versus power, decent match. I'm sure Naya's going to make a good showing of herself because she's got an opponent she can really hit on. So I'll say Rhea for this.
Marcus.
This had better be a clean sweep. Ain't no way in hell Nia Jackson's winning this fucking match. Rhea, absolutely Ripley, and I hope it's a squash. Personally,
It won't be.
yeah, but I can always hope.
Yeah.
So you pressured me to make this a clean sweep?
Hell, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. I will come to your hotel and ask myself. Ain't no fucking way that night you think Nia Jackson's gonna win this match.
Just because Marcus said something.
Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
Oh God.
And you put money on this?
I'm gonna reach the climax of this.
I'm not even gonna dignify that one. No, we're no. Absolutely not. We're 29 deep here. No.
That's the way it usually is when I go in, baby.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. I knew it before I even said it.
Going in deep like dice.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
Rob, you can't get mad at us. We just straight shooters. That's all.
Depends on what you're shooting at. And thank you for joining us on
That's the
FTW
point.
Future Focus.
Okay, all right. No, all jokes aside, yeah, we know Rhea's gonna win. I mean, I would love to see Nia Jax pull it off, but it's just not gonna happen. Rhea's taking it. She's gonna take Dominic home and maybe Vicky too, and have her a nice little time celebrating until WrestleMania. What?
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe we don't know.
I don't want that picture in my head on a Sunday.
I wouldn't mind it any day.
Yeah, but I'm trying to save my soul.
Good point. Okay. Woo.
I want to stay in the clean world a little bit.
You gotta get dirty a little bit. Gotta get dirty a little bit. All right, but that's all the pickings for the Elimination Chamber next week. Remember, 2 a.m.
5 Eastern time.
5 Eastern time ain't happening with me. I'll watch it when I'm at work.
Australia, baby.
I'll be in Michigan this weekend, so
Yeah, I'll be at work next weekend.
And I will be driving a rusty old truck. And with that, I think we will close out this episode of FTW Future Focus. On behalf of the panel, I am your not-so-humble correspondent, Robert Black. Thank you to Marvelous Marcus Buckley, Tony Motown Allen, and the mastermind, Bobby Rogers. That's it for this week. Join us next week, and be sure to tell everybody about FTW Future Focus. We're making moves. We will definitely see you in the future, and hit that James Brown.
We really got to hit it?
Hit it and quit it.
Thank
you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
That's 34. Walter Payton.
All right. Everybody, see you later. Bye, Wendy.
Hit it.
Oh, how you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Feeling good. There's so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, brother? Hey, Jam. Sure getting down. Look at him. Ha. We're gonna have a funky good time. We're gonna have a funky good time. again? You want to do it again? Huh?